back to the channel. My name is Ben. Today I'm doing Behind the Rocks in Moab. As I started out, we have the beautiful LaSalle Mountains behind us in the background, snow-capped. As you'll see in this first short video, we took the first road as we were driving south out of Moab for Behind the Rocks Trail, and it takes you to Guardian Rock. Unfortunately, Guardian Rock guarded the trail a little too much for us. I made multiple attempts to climb this, but a couple times I kind of slid sideways and the machine wasn't wanting to climb at all. So we gave up, turned around, and went a little further south to actually hit the main trail. A lot of this was just like driving a sandy dirt road, but as I go forward, you'll see there's quite a bit on here, and there's actually quite a bit more. A lot of people use this for Pictured Canyon to get to that trail, and there's a couple arches you can go see. We didn't have a whole lot of time, so we just stuck to the basics. As you can see, we ran into a few motorcycle guys. As we proceeded down, this trail is configured like a figure 8 with a, I don't know if it's a half mile or mile section that connects the two. I made the mistake. You'll see me walk over and look down, and I thought it was okay. And I ended up going down the hill, and I turned around and come back up and realized that we couldn't hardly get back up out of this. We spent a little bit of time rearranging some of the rocks. You do what you got to do to get out. I hate messing with trails too much, but I don't want to be out there all night either. So we spent a little bit of time to get me back up out of there, and then we went on just doing the one loop rather than doing the whole trail. Like I said, our time was a little short too, and didn't know all what we were going to run into further down. Most of these trails were just dirt and a little bit of rocks, and you could go quite fast on. As we headed down the trail, we did run into, I knew we were heading towards High Dive, and there's a bypass route for that. Alright, as we roll along here, this trail wasn't quite what I expected it to be. There is some challenging spots. I didn't expect all this pretty much sandy and a little bit of rock here and there trails. This does get better as we finish this loop around and we get closer to the High Dive. But I run into picture frame rock. I knew this was out here. I wasn't paying attention to my map enough to see where it actually was. It was kind of something I wanted to see. So it like all of a sudden came up out of nowhere, and there it was. So I got out and I took some 360 pictures of this. One is included in the video here. It's pretty cool how this camera does. As we're leaving Picture Frame Arch, you can see through my rear camera the LaSalle Mountains in the background. The views out here are just spectacular, and it's part of the reason why I like being out here. We'll watch as we drive around. We got to go all the way around the other side of where this picture frame arch is to stay on the trail. And there's various caves and stuff that are seeable. You see a camping spot with a guy with a camper, and this is really cool out here. A few times I've got to back up and turn around and miss a trail When you're trying to navigate with the GPS, it's sometimes a little bit slow. Sometimes you don't know what quite orientation it is, and it's telling you to go one direction and you go the opposite because it's like backwards of what you're thinking. So it's all pretty interesting. So moving on, we're driving a little bit ways here, and at some point I take the turn off to bypass the high dive. I kind of wanted to go see it, but it's starting to get late now. The bypass for the high dive is kind of interesting too. When I got to it, I'm like, what are we at, the high dive? But we weren't. But it is quite steep down. The problem is you got to come back up out of there. It looks like the trail actually went to the left. When I was looking at my mapping software, it said we went off trail, but this actually looked like the easiest route to go back up. There was kind of a tree that we had to get around. I see it's a little hard to see that in the video. It makes it look pretty easy. There was another 2 routes up once you started going up around. One of the guys actually took the other route up. I looked at it and it looked kind of steep to me. But when I got around, I had to back up, and it was kind of back the other direction, and then I went up. So it's been real interesting, and I'm glad we all made up out of there. first tried to start out, that's the direction that all those went. So they were all the guys on that trailer. Somehow. They had help and a lot of people.